It has been my pleasure to have Rose Lynn as an advisee the past 2 years. The thing I enjoy about teaching and advising is that even after almost a decade, there are still firsts that I'm experiencing. And actually, many of those firsts over the past few years have been with Rose Lynn. A few of those include, she was actually the first advisee that chose me when her original advisor left VES. Rosalind's birthday party last year, her Sweet 16, was the first one that I've actually thrown for somebody else. Also the first surprise party I've ever organized, and the first time I ever purchased an ice cream cake. Rosalind was the first student that I drove to an emergency room, and her follow-up appointment was the first I've attended with someone else, including my family. Rosalind's was the first formal dress that I tried to repair, and barring the occasional wardrobe emergency, it will definitely be the last. In going through these new experiences with Rosalind, I have learned that she is incredibly kind and empathetic. I see this when she is interacting with her friends and her classmates. She recognizes that when others step out of her comfort zone, she is there and ready to support them. Rosalind works hard and does great in school and still has found time to build meaningful relationships. In fact, it is clear how much her family and friends mean to her, and I wish that everybody could have that. And it may be possible that this is the first time I am jealous of a student. Rosalind is the type of person who seems to be able to do it all. She sets schedules and tries to get a jump on work early in the week. I admire that she stands her ground when something might upset the balance. If people ask something of her, she won't commit to it unless she knows she can devote the proper time and effort into getting it done. And this is something that I think that I can learn from her. I'm looking forward to seeing what other firsts I might encounter with Rosalind in the future, and I know she will continue to do great things here and beyond VES.
You got it. Thank you so much, Dr. P, for being a great advisor and for being the person that will always come with the support, facts, and knowledge needed for any endeavor. Everyone truly needs a Dr. P in their lives. Sorry, I get a little bit emotional, so bear with me. If I could take a look at my future self in 10 years, I'll be 27 in my second year of residency, training in obstetrics and gynecology, and I imagine I will resemble my mom, however, still wearing my main attributes, probably around the same height. Dating a 6'3", dark-skinned chocolate engineer with perfect pearly white teeth. Ultimately, I feel like my happiness will be a solid 8 out of 10 around this time. My ideal, unrealistic, but definitely not unattainable future is something that I think about every day. The future is one of my biggest fears. I'm not naive or ignorant. I know that the future will happen, and depending on your apocalyptic beliefs, of course, my only hope is to be a part of this future. But the part that gets me about the future is the not knowing. Not knowing if it'll happen, not knowing exactly how, not knowing if I'll pass, succeed, or fail, not knowing if one thing can change the trajectory of my whole future. So yes, the unknown about the future scares me and probably most people. One of the things that I worry about, not just the future, but now as well, is overcoming mistakes. Lots of people try to be perfect, but inevitably we all mess up. The problem with the desire to be perfect is that it starts with small things like doing a writing assignment over and over again until your handwriting is perfect. I was in the 6th grade. Eventually it became placing my self-worth solely on achievements, constantly getting anxious at the idea that my future was in jeopardy because I didn't get this grade or get into this program or intern for this hospital. So ultimately, these thoughts just kept spiraling until I realized that being perfect isn't an attainable goal for anyone, let alone me out of the 8 billion other people on this earth. And this is not to say that worrying about the future is a bad thing, because it's human nature. Realistically, no one came into this world knowing everything. We're all figuring it out as we go. At the end of the day, being perfect doesn't guarantee tomorrow, let alone 10 years from now. So worry about the things that are now. Like endless memory making with my 2 closest friends, Anya and Kayla, or or seeing your brothers after months of no contact outside of the family group chat, or the BSU, or group FaceTime calls. Y'all were supposed to cheer after the BSU, but anyway. Or group FaceTime calls with your best friends, or rant sessions with your mom. Love you, Mom. Or press sandwiches made by Mr. George in the dining hall, or finally having a free period after going a semester of senior year without one. So don't worry about tomorrow, because today has enough great things that aren't worth missing planning for an unknown future. Seniors, we have 131 days left till graduation.